What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Second Passport. Can we just call a spade on this channel, right? And I do it in order not to put anyone or any places down, but just to save you time. You might be coming down and only have a couple weeks to property hunt in a place like Ecuador, so why not just cross a few places off your list, save yourself some time, and allocate that time to some other places that you might like a little more, right? And for me, that's Manta as far as crossing off my list when it comes to just looking to invest in Ecuador. Well, if you go to Google and you search Manta, you see, oh, it looks pretty nice, and you see all these nice pictures and everything. Wow, beautiful, right? But really, when you're there, the number one reason I don't like Manta is it smells like tuna in a lot of different places in Manta. There's like fish factories all over the place, and it's the tuna capital of the world, so they say. And there's a lot of tuna fishing, and it for me it does smell like fish. And there's like these weird salt flats that are often dry, and like dead pigs will float up there, and they'll just be laying there. Number two is that story time. I was walking in Manta once, right on the main drag there in the north part, the nicer north part of town or south part of town, kind of where the Supermaxi is. There's like a bunch of restaurants there, and these two guys. I was with an Ecuadorian friend, and these two guys just start walking towards us out from behind an alley. And my Ecuadorian friend had a sixth sense that I didn't at the time of, hey, we got to go this way because these guys are going to rob us, right? And it was only like 8, 9 p.m. We were out walking in between restaurants and stuff. I just don't feel safe when I go to Manta. And if you go to like the old part of Manta or around the bus area, it's even worse, man. Number three is, these are the pictures you might see on Google, but the reality is more like this. And the beach kind of sucks. Let's just keep it real, okay? I mean, you can't really surf. The waves aren't really good enough to surf, and you can't really swim. It's a little choppy and stuff, and it's a little dirty, some litter. Just not a fan of the beach. If you go to the beaches around Manta, like say a San Clemente or a Crucita, or over here a San Lorenzo or a Santa Marianita, much nicer to spend a weekend or maybe even to move to than the beach in Manta. It's not that great. Number four, really, really overpriced. The real estate in Manta is super pricey. I'm just, compared to the rest of the coast of Ecuador, I'm just not a fan. Number five reason I don't like Manta is the traffic. For a smaller city, the traffic is really bad. Really bad. So if you can just go on that new road around Manta, that new highway around the outside of Manta, I think it's this guy right here, then I would do it. Number six is, I'm from a place, Cleveland, Ohio, that could be described as a shithole, right? I'm not going to say it out of respect to the people that live in Manta or whatever. And sure, it's a place where you can go and have fun for a bit, but why would you move there, right? If you have an option, unless you have to work there, fine. But like the difference between like a Cleveland and a Manta, in my opinion, is Manta doesn't really have. Cleveland is very ethnic and it has a lot of character, really. Little Italy, little Poland, even little Ukraine we got on the west side of Cleveland. So why? But for me, Manta, kind of reminds me of Dubai. Just building a few buildings, on a sand dune doesn't really make it a city, in my opinion, right? And that's kind of how I feel when I'm in Manta. It's really, which brings me to my next point, the seventh point. It's really hot. Whenever I'm in Manta, it's really hot and dry and dusty, right? It reminds me of being in the Middle East when I was in Jordan and, traveling through Israel and Jordan and Dubai and Egypt and those places. That's what Manta reminds me of. And it always seems to be under construction, which is still part of my seventh point of why I don't like Manta. I don't know. It's just always under construction. Whenever I'm there 6 months apart usually, and it's always under construction, it seems. I don't know. And if you still need more, another reason why not to consider Manta or move to Manta or invest in Manta, you know, it's right on the fault line, like dead smack right on it, as people found out in 2016 when there was a big earthquake, which tends to happen in Ecuador about every 20 years, a big earthquake. So, I mean, just south of Manta, people were and buildings were fine. And even just north of Manta, there wasn't that much damage. But Manta itself, woo, it got hammered in the 2016 quake. It would definitely make me think twice before buying in a high rise. Renting, sure, you'll probably be okay, but buying, I don't know. Those are 8 reasons why I think Manta sucks, and I would never invest even $1 in Manta. So that's why you probably won't see me talk too much about Manta on this channel, and I'm not a fan personally. I'm Mr. Second Passport. Take care.